Oh dear. Oh dear me. Oh crikey. Food. It's one of them things that we all must have. That and water. Well, sanitation's pretty handy too, to be fair. But without food, we've got no need for sanitation, have we? No. So what are we going to do? The cost of food is going through the roof. Food inflation, around 19 odd % up and down it goes. It's not great. No. And then you've got inflation itself, making everything, well, more expensive. And you've got the energy crisis as well on top of that. Flippin' hell. And now we've got additional checks on food coming in October this year, and full checks in January next year. Now, I would argue that they're necessary, since the United Kingdom seems to be quite happy to import foodstuffs that are toxic, in some cases from the European Union. Poland's been supplying some lovely, well, salmonella chicken. Sounds great, doesn't it? Yeah. But also, bacon. There's been a lot of bacon coming into the United Kingdom that has, well, already started rotting. But there's no checks, no phytosanitary. There's nothing to stop this food entering the United Kingdom. I joke about this stuff, but crikey, I worry about my kids. They might be eating it. They might have already eaten it. We don't know. It's madness. Now, to top all that, because of Brexit, the cost of food imports will go up. And obviously that goes up, it's going to make everything cost more on the supermarket shelves. And we've already got food inflation, which is not going to come down anytime soon. Capitalist system, you could say, and Brexit. Oof, a Molotov cocktail it is. Well, post-Brexit import checks risk further pushing up food prices. It's not rocket science, it's just logic. You add costs on the importers, they'll pass the costs on to you. Now, many supermarkets have, well, they've been quite generous actually. They've said, okay, we're not going to pass some of these costs on, we'll suck it up and see, and hopefully things will get better later. But they're not going to. No. There's so many additional burdens for food importers in the United Kingdom that they're going to have to face. There's also the £43 consignment tariff, post-Brexit consignment tariff, and that's due to, directly related to Brexit. We wouldn't need it otherwise. Import checks and stuff like that, phytosanitary. We wouldn't need to worry about that either, because while we were in the European Union, we looked after each other. Unfortunately now, some countries in the European Union, well, they're sending us in the United Kingdom all the crap they don't want. Sorry. They're saying, well, we can't sell it here, we'll sell it over there. No one's checking. So obviously the checks are important that are coming in. It's obvious. They have to come in, they have to be done. Too much bad food is entering the United Kingdom from all directions. There's no good you telling me, oh yeah, we'll just get it from the CPTPP, whatever you like to call it. You know, the Trans-Pacific Partnership or Trade, whatever it is. Can't remember off the top of my head. It's just too long. Same thing will happen there. Without checks coming into the country, we won't be able to, we'll be sure that foodstuffs, meats especially, animal products, are fit for human consumption. Not be funny half this stuff you wouldn't even feed to your dogs, to be honest. No. Now traders, they're saying they're not going to be able to absorb the estimated additional costs. No. The costs of goods entering from the European Union, yeah, but not just the European Union, everywhere. Well, in this case, the European Union actually, because these are the checks due to post. Have you heard that? My dog running up after a tractor. Oh dear. Yeah, we've got these additional checks coming in because of the United Kingdom has left the European Union. So foodstuffs that we were importing from the European Union are now going to be checked. Well, so the UK's post-Brexit border strategy risks further pushing up food prices. According to representatives of Britain's fresh produce industry, the traders in the supply chain, food, what have you, are warning that they will not be able to absorb the extra costs of charges and what have you levied. You got that 43 quid consignment charge. So whether it be one truckle of cheese or whether it be a whole pallet, 43 quid added every single time. Plus all the other tariffs, plus the other costs and expenses such as the phytosanitary and what have you. Remember, we didn't need that before when we were in the EU. Now, being out of the EU, we found, hang on, we do need it because they can send us anything. Remember, there's no jurisdiction there with the European Court of Justice. So, who were defending British citizens as well? Not just those in the European Union who were defending us. The system that actually worked. Very rarely did we have problems. Okay, we had the occasional bit of horse meat. They sell it in supermarkets here, so you might not be very happy about it, but they do. So the Fresh Produce Consortium, the FPC, is an industry body that claims to speak for 70% of the UK's fresh produce supply chain, including businesses that produce, package and move and sell fresh fruit, vegetables, cut flowers, plants. Well, they've written to the ministers to share its members' concerns about the UK's post-Brexit border strategy. Now, they can moan as much as they like about that, but apart from the additional costs, the birds have gone crazy, it's got to be done. Because at the moment, there's nothing preventing that, the food that you eat, that is safe. And there's already been cases of it not being safe. Salmonella. You don't want to be having salmonella. 6 people have already died because of imported chicken from Poland. The highly critical submission to the government, the FPC accused ministers of adopting an outdated and highly inefficient border solution which fails to meet the needs of a modern progressive industry and simply adds costs to the customers. Now, if we've got substandard meat coming into the United Kingdom, you know where it goes, don't you? Okay, in this case, actually, regarding the Poland salmonella chicken, that went to Asda and places like that. That was going. But a lot of this imported food, poor quality food, and in some cases toxic, it ends up into the bulk, what do you call it, machine processed foods and what have you, your bolognese and all that sort of stuff, but also school dinners. Yeah, your kids could be eating it. If that doesn't, get you a little bit concerned, I don't know what does, really. So the trade body, which has around 650 members, said that the current border proposals would add cost delays and disruption to imports of fresh produce and could lead to gaps in retailers' shelves similar to those earlier this year. So whether or not we can rectify the issues. We rectified the issues when Jacob Rees-Mogg said, we don't want to add all those additional costs. Control of borders and all that, remember that, that's what he also said. So they scrapped the proposed import checks, which is now coming in. He scrapped them back last year, now they decided we're going to have to do it, you see. It's all part of the Trade Cooperation Agreement, to be fair. This is just madness, it really is complete that madness. Well, Mrs Webster from Save British Food, she's also raised concerns regarding this, and take my point on it, I think it's a good thing. You can't be having food coming into a country that is toxic. It's just salmonella, come on. 6 people already died. You can't have that. That's just not acceptable. It really isn't. So you do need to do phytosanitary checks on products of animal origin, most definitely. Even wheat and stuff like that. We've had wheat entering the EU, and obviously it'll end up in the UK as well, which has got certain chemicals that are banned in the EU, because no one's checking it, because obviously the war in Ukraine, they just let it all go through, you see. well, some countries in the EU now they've actually banned Ukrainian wheat anyway, because the farmers are kicking off. They're not happy about it, you see. Cheap Ukrainian wheat, you know, we want to make sure that, I suppose, every country will look after their own, don't they? Every country's going, but a little bit insular, sure they are. You know, regarding the economy and keeping their electorate happy. So, yeah, so I think you're going to have to expect that foodstuffs are going to increase. Especially obviously with this tariff, £43 tariff that's been imposed by DEFRA. It's just, oh crikey. And where they can want to be. Totally Scofie of DEFRA. Oh my god. An extra £43 for every single consignment. That's from January, well, January 2023. Oh, that's now. Well, I don't think that's correct. I'm reading out the article. I think that's from next year. So that's coming in. So that's another £43 pounds for every £43 charge on each consignment arriving in the country. And like I say, whether it's a handful of goods or whether it's a whole pallet worth, it doesn't matter. It'll still be £43. So the idea that you'll be able to do any kind of business to customer, food sales, what have you, online sales, what have you, that, buying stuff from, say, for instance, the EU, sticking it in a box and having it shipped to you without any extra charges, you're not going to be able to do that. Obviously, that hurt some small businesses in the EU as well. Of course it will. But I don't think that's not going to be a huge amount of money, is it, really? So the FPC estimates that the lorries carry on average 10 consignments, while 1.2 million consignments of fresh produce enter the UK each year. And as a result, it estimates that the fresh produce industry could face up to an additional £11 million in extra costs each year, just as a result of the introduction of a £43 charge on each consignment arriving in the country. Now, this is just a consequence of Brexit. It really is. It's, we can complain about it. The 43 quid charge, they ought to get rid of that. That's stupid. That's just stupid. But, regarding the checks and stuff like that, the phytosanitary, which is going to cause problems, that's necessary. You're importing foodstuff potentially could be dangerous from countries you have no legal jurisdiction over. That doesn't make any sense. The best thing you can do really is to improve food security in the United Kingdom by helping the farmers or alternative farming methods. Maybe some of that homegrown factory meat. So maybe you could grow it in your home. I don't know if you heard, but they've been able to grow, or sort of cloning it or something, meat. Crikey. I don't know what that's going to be like. Apparently it's actually really quite good, but it comes out white, I believe. They have to add colourings and stuff to make it look like meat, unless there's a different one. You tell me, leave it in the comments down below. I don't fancy it at this stage, though. But saying that, it's corn and stuff like that. It's pretty much grown scientifically, isn't it? In like big vats, especially fungi and that corn stuff. It's not that pleasant either, is it, really? But it's not bad for mince, though. Anyway, you tell me. Would you consider, the bug in my glasses, would you consider eating homemade or factory produced meat, which isn't meat, fake meat? To be fair, it's no less disgusting as actual meat. God, meat stinks, I tell you. If you ever worked in an abattoir, and I did some electrical work in an abattoir, that stench when they take the hides, oh my giddy aunt. Oh, that's enough to put you off meat, I'll tell you. It really is. I suppose if you're working there, you might sort of turn a desensitised nose, maybe. Anyway, on another note, in what sport channel you can do it on Patreon or buy us a coffee, and the links are down below, and it is very much appreciated, it really is. But also we've got memberships. Memberships, and then you can become a Wally. Yeah, That's my Wally dog. Where is he gone? Yeah. So I'm saying hi to all the Wallies out there. Yes, I had a request from one of my subscribers. I think it was Vipek. He was saying you've upset me because you haven't introduced the Wallies or something like that. What's going on there? Well, anyway, we've got memberships as well on the channel, and I'm trying to work out what I can do with that to try and give something back, so to speak. And then also we've got the Patreon or buy us a coffee, and the links down below. Like I say, it is very much appreciated. But here in France, we're also we're planting trees. We're on these, well, 2 fields there, one over there, and it's basically 2 hectares of land, and we're planting around 1,000 trees on 2 hectares. On 2 hectares of land. I think the stand over on 2 hectares of land, and to be part of that, there's a GoFundMe link down below where you can buy a tree. Oh, what an idiot. I'm such an idiot. And I'll plant a tree on your behalf, but also I'll put a sign with the tree as woodwork. I'll make a sign to go with the tree, probably with the route, what have you, or topography maybe. And yeah, it can be a memory of a loved one, it can be or just your name, or a pet even, I don't know. Maybe. But we'll also make, bird boxes, bird houses, and bat roosts, and other animal habitats as well. And the links are down below in the description that they are. Talk about birds, they're a bit noisy, aren't they? Anyway, it's time for me to go. So, I'll say ta-ta, ta-ta.